Okay, hello fellow YouTubers and carpenters especially. We're going to do this video on how this two drawer box is constructed a little, give you a little more details. Okay, so I'm going to take the drawers out now so you can kind of see them apart. I'll put this one here. I'll take this one here. All right. Okay, so this starts out with two 1x2s here and a thin stock of some sort. Use whatever you have. Put that on top, and then you cut sides and put two sides on like this, one like this, and one like this, and then cut one for the top. And that's the box part. And then inside you can see I have little rails for the top drawer to sit on, and those are 1/2 by 1/2 oak. I use oak because I think it works a little better. So, and there's a little cutout here, so when you grab the bottom drawer, you can get your fingers there to grab it. So, and the dimensions are up to you, but I make it 8 3/4 for the width, and that way the bottom and the top are both the same width, so you cut them both the same time. And there's actually an end block as well on the other end, and that would be the same. The end block would be the same width, so try to make it so that there's as many parts there that are the same dimension, because that makes less work on your setup. And then each drawer, take the stuff out of these. These are all the little containers. I'll take these stuff out here, and I'll show you the drawer without stuff in it, so you can see what it looks like by itself. Okay, so this is the same as the bottom's got a piece of 1/4 inch masonite or plywood to make it, and I think these drawers are I think 1.5 inches for the sides, and you can change that dimension. But and so I just make a little frame and then fasten it through on the bottom. There's fancier ways to make a drawer, but this actually makes it 1/4 inch deeper, which if you're trying to save space, I figured that's important. But you can make fancier drawers by cutting a groove in the sides and having it a fancier one, but I chose not to because I lose that 1/4 inch on every one. Yeah. So in this one, the measurements are a little less than 8 3/4, so it has enough room. So I make it 8 5/8 for the width there. Yeah. And so, and the length is optional, of course, for you. The drawer here is like 21 1/4. The whole box is 22. I figured that's the most efficient length for all the scrap that I get. If you make exactly 24, then you got to buy all new material because the scrap's usually a little short. So 22 inches is long enough. It's pretty long anyway, and that's kind of most of the details. And it doesn't take too long, maybe an hour to construct this. Yeah. So so that's kind of the whole thing. You can put a handle on here. Some of them I have a handle on there. If I think I'm going to take it to a job or something or have to move them a lot, I put a handle here. And the trick to putting a handle is you don't put it on center. You go slightly forward so that if you're carrying it, it tips back a little bit. Because if you put it to the center, you might tip forward and then your drawers all come out. So use gravity to keep the drawers in place. And so yeah, the bottom just rests on the floor of the case here and goes in and out, and then but you have to make these oak rails and measure how they go. Both drawers fit both levels. Trying to make things as uniform. That way, if you want to switch the order of your fasteners, you can put them higher or lower depending on how convenient they are to use. So, and I just use 1 1/4" screws, 1 3/8" drywall type screws to assemble it. And except for the bottom, you need little shorter ones for the bottom, because you can't. So the bottom, yeah, you need a less than about 3/4 of an inch screw there. And then of course the sides are sort of the same depending. See, these all can be different materials. You can use 1/4 inch, 3/8, half, up to 3/4 on the sides, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anything. It just makes it a little fatter and the whole thing a little heavier, of course. 1/2 inch for me is the ideal thickness. Strong enough and not too terribly heavy, but depends on your scrap that you're trying to use up, and how often you need to move it. Yeah. Oh, and also there's a little half by half oak underneath the top, and that keeps the drawer from tipping down too much. Because without that, there's like too much space, so the drawer would tip really far. I can kind of show you. Here, there's a big space there, the drawer would tip down further. So I have put a half by half there on the top, which reinforces the top as well. It's mostly for so the door doesn't tip way down. Yeah, and the bottom drawer, the slide for the top drawer does that job. Yeah, so okie dokes. So I guess that's all the details I can think of at the moment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to write a comment or something you don't understand, then we'll answer your questions with another video. So, okay, thanks, YouTubers.